Now, welcome to. I decided to once again one of these little videos. This time is the Cat Quest 3, the third game at the Cat Quest series by Singaporean developer Gentle Bros. I don't know why they developed it, but it's kind of this far 3 games of very similar kind of action RPGs of the more lenient level, and I've played through all of them, but I think I'm using number 3 as an example of how the game basically works. So let's just go for the single player and with New Game Plus. Just because with a New Game Plus, I just like to show it. And the game begins. So, the main character is, well, in all 3 Cat Quest games, the main have a specific theme, and they all star this kind of cutesy tie, kind of yellowish cat thing or cat. And there's plenty of puns related to locations like that. This place is Tortuga, which is a very obvious cat pun about Tortuga. And the first one, well, it was much more of basic fantasy theming story, as was the second one. But the third one went straight to the, you could say, pirates theming. And of course, the first one also had a big plot element between a dog and cat kingdoms going to a war, which of course meant a lot of dog and cat puns. But in this one, there's also rats going out because there's Rat King, which was a villain, and so of course they will be. There's also rat and cat puns going on. So, and as I'm basically going through you could say the New Game Plus, I got basically all the big amount of big weaponry around me. So let's just put the basic. Use the basic sword, and of course there would be even a save spot. Which means that the cat hero, who is never actually given a specific name, but they have a title. Like in the first one, it was called Dragon Blood because it's a cat capable of killing dragons. Yep, that was a big plot element. And in the second one, there's actually 2 characters which basically play as a team, and they were called kings because, well, they were basically reincarnated kings of both dog and cat kingdom. But every island has basically beacons, enemies, treasures, and all kinds of that kind of handy stuff. And if you get into a fight, well, yeah, there's a couple of, and they all have all 3 games have this blue thing, which is there to just basically, well, give you extra info about what's going on in the place. And the cat can also, in this one, they can in all of them they can do a dashing, dodge, move, attack, and all that. And they all have a bit of different gameplay mechanics. But I would say that the number 3 got you could say the best things around here. And And so yeah, now the Seeker found it. And also Infinity Tower. But the basic quest is you are searching for the North Star treasure, which of course means that yeah, it's gonna be actually found. And that's a villain's henchman, Squeaky. He squeaks. And he summons enemies. And you can replenish your magics by causing damage to enemies by attacking or shooting them. Hi, Rat Kings. And the main villain has a big henchman. And yeah, boss fights also have this nice little convenient life bar showing that how much damage you're causing the boss. As about to say, magic attacks are very potent and you can get this healing magic as well. So all the basic requirements of the gameplay are there. And there's ice attacks, fire attacks and lightning attacks. They all basically are just doing a very much the similar thing. And the physical and mystical attacks. Different, you can say, attributes to attacks, which really, as much as gameplay is concerned, don't matter practically much. Even if you were playing some more difficult forms. But yeah, Mr. Squeaky and Clean are recurring boss monsters in this. And once you beat the enemies, you get money and experience orbs. So you have to physically gather them, and you even get a big ship. So the game is basically opens up very easily, that as in you can just get in here, and of course there's also a world map system allowing you to look around all kind of places. There's Fergie Island, Sandy Island, Peruvian Sea, Twilight Isles, Infinity Tower, and of course Perwana Gulf, Great Barrier Reef, Palman Island. Yeah, the amount of cat puns is massive, and of course there would be Cthulhu's Rest, and that would be you could say one of the super yes, even you could say that the game has quite lots of, you could say, follows. Okay, so now the Captain Cappy is giving the... Alright, so of course, because the game is structured like that, there would really be no reason to start hunting the treasure with the route shown. And of course, ships got a cannon, so you can just shoot to the beach as much as you want. And there would be a first cave, which I'm not actually, well I got myself, yeah, I feel like a pirate. Yeah, and a little tiny tutorial part about how you're gonna ship-to-ship combat, which really isn't that much of a big deal. It's very much like normal combat, and yeah, the Seeker can also float around using a big floaty pool. So even without ship, you can go anywhere. Yeah, they use no monsters to attack you, unless of course ships and other things. And as a little extra humorous thing, yeah, you can get recovery from that, and you can attack the parrots, and they drop bird shit. But let's just go and do a first cave, because this game also has this world map and dungeon, and all three games have very similar structure in the dungeons, but I would say that the third one has them basically most condensed. But all dungeons are basically similar, very simple maps, no puzzles or not much puzzles or anything. You have a clear number of puzzles you can get. Oh, and there was a pirate. Not pirate. and the pirate boss is also, you could say, a mini boss of the game. And of course, with the gameplay indicators, there's that. There's a little bit of a meter at the top left, which almost seems to be something like a game design standard location to have all the basic info. And of course, you get all kinds of little trinkets. There's various amount of trinkets are basically, or whatever equipment you get. Whenever you find it and you already have it, it's gonna get itself leveled up because they all give basic stat boosts, which this game isn't, you could say, as much as mechanics are concerned, is not difficult or complex at all. But you really don't need the game to have really big and complex mechanics if they are well implemented. So, but let's just head to the Old Pervana to see what kind of villain this pirate king is. Oh yeah, yeah. There's also pirate cats in here. Yeah, that's a menacing looking guy, and he appeared at that cute little animated introduction. Yeah, he's scary looking. That's very much of a villain looking guy. And he seems to be looking for North Star treasure as well. Oh yeah. So yeah, that's an introduction to the villain. And there would be some shaded character here looking amused. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, if there's anybody called shady and creepy looking guy, it's that one. Yep, the game isn't particularly, you could say, subtle when it's a matter of the... Well, this game wasn't in the... you could say that the main audience of this game wasn't designed to be a big, heavy challenge and difficult in general sense, which is completely understandable. Oh, and there's some undead pirates as well. Oh, let's just open the cave, and there was even a little switch in this cave. Quite very simple gameplay design puzzles. Not really simplistic, I would say that. But despite this game in a sense being of the more very lenient kind in difficulty, it's not that easy if you actually want to go. If you just want to get through the game, it is quite easy. But if you wanted to get all the 100, and especially if you want to go and defeat all the special super bosses, it might take some more grinding, but it's mechanically designed so that once you have enough of, you could say, leveling up, you can just basically brute force through anything, which I actually kind of like it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, where you got scammed. Yep. The game is not, you could say, very subtle in this kind of detail. Oh, yeah. Oh, but we did have there's a little way that, yeah, I can just walk around the place. Yep, where's the ship? Yar, you scammed us. I'm a pirate, I scammed you. Pirate code number 5, there says never scam a fellow pirate. Looks like easy. Oh, definitely I am going to go after him. Yep, he left even a trap, so the basic gameplay cues and designs are not very, you could say, convoluted or very complex. So just following the trail. There he's going. Patch is a crook. And the character writing and all that really isn't particularly, you could say, very complex either. Because there's very little of, you could say, character interaction in this game in general. It's all about basically just walking around all these dungeons and solving the problems. Yeah, and that is, you could say, first, you could say, a boss fight in the game. But as much as you can say, massive difficulty of this game really you really don't need to learn much of complex attack cues to study regarding this game. Well, I would say that even with the cunning maneuverings, you can actually get through this game very fast, or whether they're not very fast, but with very little need to start to do any serious. Doggy Jones's locker. And there's even a open a chest, and whenever you get a level you get an extra leveling. And he got a nice little hood, and all the equipment you get does have cosmetic effects, but you can't switch, there's no extra cosmetic option, meaning that if you want to wear some specific outfit, you have to deal with its appearance as well at the same time. That's, I would say, slightly, well, inconvenience, but I guess they just weren't particularly eager to make the game particularly complex regarding all the mechanics. For example, there ain't many different kind of weapons either. Weirdly enough, in the earlier two Cat Quest games, the ability of the water, crossing the water ability was quite a big and important plot point. But in this one, you get it right from the start, and those markers, they'll actually tell you where to go. So, but let's just go to the port and show you the place, because I think I've already shown quite lots of the place. And there's a big burly tavern keeper, Mama Milka. And there's a cappy. Oh, Pirate King is basically building a big alliance of all kinds of crazy, all kinds of vicious pirate monsters around here. There's Pirate King, Captain Metallica, and Captain Taco Miyauki as well. So they're all kind of basically, there's a, well, couple of undead evil rat pirate thing, then there's a heavy metal themed pirate thing, and there's also a big giant squid kind of thing, and they all got basically their little own little hideouts, headquarters and all that. And there's also these little gates around these old various sea areas that you can just go and blast them out of existence. And of course, when you're at it, well, and all the big pirate crew has, you could say those pirate bosses have their own ship. So let's just go and pick fight with it. The metallic curse. Yeah, it can take up quite a beating. And if you want to get 100% through this game, you have to fight through all these boats and bosses. And they even got their own theme music. So looks like I'm a bit of a underpowered, so let's just not fight with that. And there's this little creepy dude. But I can't have a chat with it because there's a battle going on. So just a little bit of running around just a little show that yeah, I'm not in a mood to actually fight. But I was killed. Well, I wasn't particularly trying hard, and that's also a quite good showing about what kind of game this is. I'm not really going to show any of the bigger dungeons, but suffice to say, these are actually really good ones. They're kind of addictive once you get start the gameplay going, because it's just so nice and smooth and easy to play these. So I would say that for somebody wanting complex mechanics, there really isn't much of them. But somebody who likes to have some sort of cute game with simple mechanics implemented well, which of course includes, well, these games don't have, in a sense, that much different content, but that content that these have is very well implemented. So the final score in all of these games is 8 out of 10 in my books. Although I would say that the Cat Quest 2 is the least good of all these, but these all are really good, solid games. So, Cat Quest 3, as an example of all Cat Quest games, is now over. See ya.